Here's a brief story about a husband and wife dealing with infidelity, written without using numbers or explicit markers. James and Emily had been married for several years. They shared a beautiful home and a seemingly happy life. However, beneath the surface, cracks had begun to appear in their relationship. James often stayed late at work, while Emily found solace in her hobbies and outings with friends. The emotional distance between them grew silently, neither acknowledging it openly. One evening, Emily decided to surprise James by visiting him at his office. She had prepared his favorite meal and brought it along, hoping to rekindle their connection. As she approached his office, she noticed his laughter drifting through the slightly ajar door. Peering inside, her heart sank. James was sitting close to a co-worker, their interaction filled with a warmth that Emily had not felt in their marriage for a long time. Emily froze, her thoughts a whirlwind. She quietly left, unsure how to confront what she had seen. Over the next few days, she wrestled with her emotions. Meanwhile, James remained oblivious, caught up in the excitement of his new connection. Determined to address the issue, Emily finally approached James. They sat down for a heartfelt conversation where she expressed her pain and shared her observations. James was initially defensive, but soon realized the toll his actions had taken on their relationship. He admitted to feeling neglected and disconnected, but also recognized that he had betrayed Emily's trust. The revelation marked a turning point. Instead of walking away, both decided to seek counseling, committed to understanding what had gone wrong and rebuilding their bond. It wasn't easy, and the journey was fraught with challenges. But through honesty and effort, they began to heal. Their story wasn't just about betrayal. It became a tale of rediscovery and resilience, proving that even broken trust can sometimes be repaired with genuine commitment. As the weeks turned into months, the therapy sessions became a lifeline for James and Emily. They learned to communicate in ways they never had before, uncovering old wounds that had quietly festered over the years. Emily realized she had been withdrawing emotionally long before James's betrayal. James, in turn, acknowledged that instead of addressing their issues, he had sought solace in the attention of someone else. The counselor encouraged them to focus on small acts of kindness, simple gestures that reminded them of the love they had once shared. Emily started leaving little notes for James in his briefcase, and James made it a point to carve out time for dinner together, free from the distractions of work or phones. Yet, not every moment was smooth. Emily often found herself reliving the memory of what she had seen that evening at his office. The pain would rise unbidden, and the anger would follow. She didn't hide these feelings, but voiced them in their sessions. James listened, sometimes in silence, other times with tears in his eyes, understanding that rebuilding trust required more than words. It needed consistency and time. The co-worker, sensing the shift in James's demeanor, eventually faded into the background of his professional life. James made it clear, not just to her but to himself, that his priority was repairing his marriage. He transferred to a different department, a decision that spoke volumes to Emily about his commitment. Slowly, moments of joy began to reappear in their lives. They took a trip to the place where they had honeymooned, revisiting memories that felt like treasures from another lifetime. The laughter they shared there felt tentative but genuine, a reminder that healing was possible, even if scars remained. Through it all, James and Emily discovered something unexpected. Their relationship had been rebuilt not as it was before, but as something stronger, more honest, and more intentional. It wasn't a fairy tale ending, but it was real. And for them, that was enough. As the years passed, James and Emily grew into a version of themselves they hadn't imagined at the start of their journey. The scars of betrayal never fully disappeared, but they became reminders of lessons learned. Lessons about love, effort, and the value of staying present. Emily had thrown herself into painting, rediscovering a passion she'd abandoned years ago. Her art became a reflection of her emotions, a way to express what words sometimes couldn't. James, ever supportive, would watch her work in the evenings, often amazed at the raw honesty she poured onto the canvas. For her, painting became therapy. For him, witnessing her growth was inspiring. James, on the other hand, began to scale back his career ambitions. The long hours he'd once prided himself on no longer seemed worth the cost. He took on a role that allowed him to work fewer hours, dedicating more time to his family and the small joys he had missed. Emily noticed the change. It was in the way he lingered over breakfast, the way he asked about her day with genuine curiosity, and the way he touched her hand as if it were the first time. They also became more intentional about their time together. Once a month, they went on a date night, something as simple as a walk by the lake or a dinner at a cozy restaurant. These moments became sacred, a chance to connect outside the routines of life. Despite their progress, there were moments when the old fears resurfaced. On one occasion, James arrived late from a work event, his phone dead from a drained battery. The anxiety hit Emily like a wave, her mind racing back to the past. When he finally walked through the door, her hurt spilled out in words she couldn't hold back. James didn't argue or dismiss her feelings. Instead, he took her hands, apologized for not calling earlier, and reassured her with honesty. They talked late into the night, revisiting the insecurities that lingered and reaffirming their commitment to transparency. In time, they began mentoring younger couples in their community who were struggling with similar issues. Sharing their story didn't just help others. It reminded them of how far they had come. They were living proof that, while betrayal could shatter a foundation, it didn't have to destroy the entire structure. By the time they celebrated another milestone anniversary, James and Emily looked at one another not just as husband and wife, but as partners who had weathered a storm and emerged stronger. Their love was no longer naive or perfect. It was real, earned, and unwavering. And that, to them, was more than enough.